Are you guys ready for this? I'm just jumping right into it. It's a NASCAR beer day. Coors Light, y'all. Grab your drink. Let's get started. Hey guys, Chevyrell here. Chevis is my birth name. I don't say that all the time. I answer to both. This is episode 65. It's gonna be a shit show, as always, because I feel like I'm sort of rushing. And it's only because summer is so busy. It's so busy. So this is going to be what I think is a lot of knitting, but you know, I usually blow through the knitting. And then I have so much happy mail. I've bought some things. So I have enabling and happy mail. That'll be part of it. I have some coupon codes for you guys if you also want to buy some things. I have not talked to Doug about who won the drink naming, but here's my plan. When I'm finished recording, I am going to send him a message and ask him who the winner is, and I will insert a video here.
Hi, I'm Doug. No, I'm Dan, Doug's brother. So Doug did the drink that was in the last video that we were talking about in this video that's inserted into the video that you were watching a second ago. Doug, in his infinite wisdom, because this is how we do things now, instead of making a video, sent a letter. Actually, I'm guessing he sent this electronically and you printed it out. Okay, so I now have a dead tree in my hand. I'm gonna read this to catch you up. The drink that we're talking about pulling a winner out of the comments for, which is what he sent us a little ditty about, is the name of this thing. Really not liking the light. Screwball peanut butter whiskey. I found this a couple years ago at a liquor store down the road on Fridays. They do, ooh, that was too much. It's a school night. They do like an open bar for new stuff on Fridays, and this cashier was like, oh my God, you have to try this. It's really not whiskey. It's more peanut buttery drink. Anyway, so 2 of those, and 1 of these. Yeah, that's way too much for a school night. And it's a creme de cacao. We use de Kuiper because, I don't know, that's what she brought home. And I just do it on ice. Do it like I do it all the time. It's the second time I've ever had it, but it's on ice. And it is really good. Okay, on to the reading. Okay, from Doug. I mulled this over a bit too long, but hey, this is an important decision. What if it catches on? Out of 190 submissions, there were some funny ones, Screw Butter by Noel, some witty ones like Choco Nuts, Yarn It Out, and Valentina, and some satisfyingly clever ones like La Cacahuète, La Cacahuètes, La Caca... Anyway, it's French.
Hey, you like delivery pizza? I like delivery pizza.
It's not delivery. It's French.
Deb Meyer and Weaving End. Then there was one I really wanted to pick just because if the name catches on, I like the idea of bartenders everywhere, hearing their patrons tell them, screw you. E-W-E, get it? Steph. As a Hoosier, I thought it was funny to have Screwing Buckeyes by Cassie B become a popular theme both figuratively as a sports fan, or literally if you prefer. Hey, I'm doing it. And that's funny because we're Hoosiers from Indiana, and people from Ohio are Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes. They have a lot of Buckeye trees, so Hoosiers, Screwing Buckeyes, good stuff. Some of the names made me think of other drinks that need to be invented, and I'm excited to try the PB&J drink. Thanks, Stacy Nance. After much thought, too much probably, and a few drinks, the grand prize and top naming honors goes to Screwy Cow from Lisa the Grammy, though Shell Brook probably deserves credit as well for the Screwy Cow. In the end, I decided on some simplicity without losing the humor, and felt it important to acknowledge the cacao without missing the opportunity to put screw into what is possibly the only drink I will ever get to name under such an official sanction. Thanks, Doug. So, if I mentioned any of your names, you're all gonna get a prize. Get a hold of Chevis. She's sitting right there, so I'm pointing.
through email, which is Chevyrell. No, contact at Chevyrell stuff. Chevyrell stuff. I just link in the comments. Instagram, Chevyrell stuff, or Ravelry. No, Chevyrell, not Chevyrell stuff.
Email contact@chevyrellstuff.com or Chevyrell on Instagram or Ravelry. I will answer to any of those things. Send me your name and address, and I'll send you a little something in the mail.
So, everybody I mentioned gets a little something. Top honors, Lisa the Grammy, Screwy Cow. I like it. Don't we tip cows here? Either way. Yeah, you get the big one. So, hey bartender, give me a Screwy Cow.
I hope I have an answer. Congratulations to the winner! Does anyone know Brenda? This is my friend Brenda. It was Brenda's birthday and she got to work and everyone had on this t-shirt of her. And I was like, I love it so much. I want a t-shirt. And she's like, what's your address? I'll send it to you. Brenda is a sewist, a legit sewist, like she gets paid to do it. And remember when I talked about the hinterland and there was like some issues with my darts and I was like, so I called my friend Brenda. This is Brenda. I'm rocking my Brenda shirt. And there's ditto. Negative, sir. FOs, a big fat nothing. I got no FOs. However, I have gotten some knitting done. My first whip is my Lady Charming by the great and wonderful Veera Valimaki. The last time y'all saw this, I'd fixed some cables. Ta-da! The last time you saw it was my little Ouija stitch marker. So I got all this done, and it's a split hem. So I just started this. Now the back hem is 7 inches long. This is 3 inches, and the back hem is 7 inches. And then I just have the sleeves to do. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. I don't have the pattern. It's out on my end table. So here's what the sweater looks like, which is probably a better picture than me showing you the pattern, the paper pattern that I've folded and refolded and unfolded and folded and refolded 85 times. I am knitting that in Briar Rose yarn on her Joyful base. She does numbers for her colorways. This is deep, deep stash, so I don't even know if she has it anymore. These were yarn babies. I mean, it was like as big as my head. My ball winder, my old little ball winder, couldn't do it. My new ball winder, my Stanwood, could handle this like a boss, but I had to hand wind, as you can see, a good bit of the end. And that is on sorry, I'm a terrible podcaster. I am knitting on size 10 needles. I'm not positive what the pattern called for, but it's a fast knit. That's like worsted weight yarn or Aran weight yarn and size 10 needles, so it goes really fast. I will tell you real quick, I've been doing twisted rib wrong my whole life, my whole knitting career. So it calls for twisted rib. Normally I work twisted rib in the round. Twisted rib in the round. Say that 10 times fast. But because this is flat, I thought, well, wouldn't I have to then twist on the other side too, like the knits? You guys, my whole life, I've been working a half twisted rib. I only twist the knits and purl the pearls. I don't twist the knits and twist the pearls. So for order of continuity, because the neck called for the same, I just continued on with a half twisted rib. So I am twisting the knits on the right side and twisting the pearls on the wrong side. And for those of you who don't know, a real twisted rib, not a half twisted rib, is you twist the knits and the pearls, which all of you are probably like, duh, where have you been? Well, I've been in Chevisland, and that's where I'm at a whole bunch of the time, and it's okay to find out that you've been doing things wrong the entire time. Now I know the right way. That's like when my friend Hope was like, here, I'm knitting this scarf, look at it. Well, she was twisting her knits the whole time. Like, she thought that's how you knit. And I was like, actually, you're twisting your knits, but keep on going that way because it's fine, right? It's fine. Just know now that this is how you knit and you're twisting them. And Hopi, being a perfectionist, ripped out the entire scarf and redid it. I'm like, I just would have kept going. Like that. We're just doing a half twist. It's fine. I got a little bit done on my Skeino vest. You know, I'm going to tell you guys. This is the Skeino vest that I'm knitting for a friend. It's just like, I don't know, fiddly. Like, I have to think more than I want to think most of the time. Like, I want to just pick something up and go. If you haven't been here before, you knit 2 triangles and it's a whole bunch of color changing. I am using JohnnyBohDyes. These are my Leela Styles, yarn condoms, which she doesn't call yarn condoms. I call them yarn condoms. But hold on. Might as well talk about this now. So the maker's name is Angelica. Well, and I apologize, I don't remember who commented it, but one of you asked me if the gummy bears were on this as well. And there they are. I had to look. Anywho, now I've totally screwed that up. Leave it up to me to make a mess because I took my yarn cake out. So this is the one color. Johnny Boh dyed these for me. And this is a mohair. And then I'm also doing this guy. So that's what I'm using. But Angelica offered us a coupon code. If you use Chevys as the coupon code, CHEVAS, you get 10% off. Plus, she is doing Christmas in July and has a bunch of 80s and 90s stuff. And I was on there today because she has some like really cute scissors and I bought a pair of scissors. And she did have some labyrinth scissors, but I went with the Rainbow Brights instead. I have a lot of labyrinth stuff and you know, it's just not all created equal. I like the old school labyrinth stuff. I have some of the new age, like cartoony looking labyrinth stuff, which is what the scissors are. And it's cool, but I have some of it and I saw the Rainbow Bright. Is that what I said or did I say Little Mermaid? I got the Rainbow Bright one. She has tons of stuff. Go check it out. Chevys 10% off. I'm using those and it's in my KatyDid bag, which for those of you who haven't been here before, this is her new bag design and you pull it down, it's a bucket and then you pull it back and it's a bag. So that's what this is living in. Anyway, it is not like, whatever. I think I only got like that much on it since the last time you saw it. It's slow moving. And it's not because it's hard. It's because the other stuff I'm knitting is just more enjoyable at this point. That's a quick knit, but I have to use my brain on like what order I want the yarn to go in, which isn't hard, but you know. And that is a free pattern by Skeino. I've talked about it before. I feel bad because I know that there are new viewers. Hi, how are ya? Welcome to the party. And I feel like I have to repeat myself to let you guys know, the newbies, what's happening. But I've said it so much, especially with that, because I've been knitting on it for a while now, that everything is always linked below. If you ever want to know anything, you can either go back and watch my past episodes or go to the link and you can see all the things. And I usually try to put how much it is. Like, did I tell you that Lady Charming sweater by Veera Valimaki was $6.22? I'm not sure if I did, but it's always in my notes and everything is linked as best I can. And if you ever see something that isn't linked, you let me know and I will update the show notes accordingly. My next whip. Hi, babe. Dan just got back from running. One of the other reasons that it has taken me so long to record is I basically lost a week of my life thanks to this little dude who gave me a cold. And I thought I was dying to the point where, you guys, I went and got a COVID test. And I'm vaccinated. I am vaccinated and got a COVID test because I have never in my life not been able to taste and smell. And I couldn't taste any food for like 4 days. And I love food. I missed food. I'm over it now. I still have like a little bit of a cough that's hanging on, but now Dan has it. Dan's triathlon is on Sunday, and he didn't get to train all last weekend. Send good vibes out into the universe. Kids, children. You guys, they are pissy and pukey and snotty and poopy, and they secrete all the fluids. As much as we love them, they're fluid secretors and germ-laden little things of cuteness that you want to love on, at least the ones you love. I don't want to love on all kids, but the kids that I love, I want to love on, and then they do things like that. Here's a gift for you, Aunt Chevis. Have my fungalitis. Anywho, I just got a text from Mama Jean, and I forgot. I was talking to her on the phone before I started recording, and she said, hello and happy 4th, because I'm recording this on the 6th. And she said that she hopes that all of you had a wonderful 4th of July. Okay, my next whip, the Forest Park Cardigan. And this is by K. Hopkins, and it is an $8 pattern. And I am using less traveled yarn in the Enchanted something, the Alchemy of Herbs Enchantment collection. And it is their DK Tweed, which the labels look like this. I got it at Simply Socks. This is also known as my grandpa sweater, and I can't remember where I was the last time y'all saw it. Must have been right there-ish. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? So next up is the pocket. Wait, where is it? Right here. Next up is the pockets. I already have it picked up. And then I have the band and the sleeves, the button band. And I'm using these buttons. I haven't shown these in a minute because, you know, it's a grandpa sweater. So you need the woven leather buttons, right? They'll be linked where I got them below. And I'm going to put elbow patches on it, and it's just going to be marvelous. Now, this is not color work. This is mosaic knitting, and it is so much fun, and I love it. And this color is Sangria, or was that my other one? That was my other one. Merlot. Hey, it was close. It was an alcohol. Merlot. I love it. There's so many cool things I'm knitting on. I want to knit on all of them. Next, I'm going to show you a new cast on, and it's in my bag from Echo and Loma that I showed on the last podcast. This pattern was gifted to me by Irene. She is one of the 3 hosts of the 3-Ply podcast, along with Joyce and Angie. And she gifted me her pattern, which is the Get Shorty socks. She said that this works great with striped yarn. Well, I looked and I didn't have any striping yarn. I was hoping that I had a big enough ball from something left over, but I didn't. So I chose, which do I have the label? Yes. This is the Come Together colorway on Carrie's glitter sock base, which is the Creative Obsession, and she doesn't die anymore, so I'm so sorry. But she still does her podcast, and she's amazing. And she's amazing. She also quilts and shows her quilts. She's doing, which we'll talk about later. Well, I'll bring her up in a minute. Or it won't make sense. But this is her yarn. I, of course, am doing 2 at a time because you know that's my fave. This is not, it's getting blown out. That's better. It's not self-striping, but it's looking pretty good. And I've gotten pretty far for just starting them. These are top down, and I have the heel done because they're shorties, right? Get Shorty. I have the heel, and I just started on the foot. Here's the cool thing about this sock for me. And does it have a name? The Strong Heel. And she does give credit to the author of it. It says it was originally published by Jardine Crawford Strong, and the instructions first appeared in the fall 2003 issue of Knitters Magazine. I've never done a heel like it. It is so interesting. You know how normally you like knit down and then you do like a flap or you add the heel stitches. Well, you do this whole thing where you build it up here and then you bring it in here on the heel turn. It was so much fun. I love it. And I can't wait to see how these wear. And I didn't put, yes, I did, $3. It's a $3 pattern, hashtag worth it. There's 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. I'm liking it a lot. That's sort of my on the go, because you know I always have a sock on the needle. I also have another sock that I talked about on the podcast. I haven't talked about it in a long time. I need to get it off the needles. I really should work on it, but it's my car sock, and it just doesn't get a lot of love because I don't knit in my car very often. It's only like if I'm in a line or at a train or something like that, and it doesn't happen very often. That is the Get Shorty by Irene Designs. It'll be linked below. My next and final whip is my Vertices Unite by the one and only Stephen West, which is a $7.63 pattern. The reason that I'm doing the Vertices Unite, which I talked about on the last episode, is the dudes over at Fiber Hustle, Aaron and Chip, are doing a make-along. Knit along, quilt along, knit along, quilt along. If you don't watch Fiber Hustle, for one, you should, because they're hilarious, and I've talked about their video quality before. Aaron is a knitter and Chip is a quilter. So this goes back to Carrie of Creative Obsession. She'll be linked, they'll be linked, everyone will be linked. Aaron's side of it is we are knitting the Vertices Unite by Stephen West, and that's knitting. But they are also doing a quilt along. So the hashtag for the Vertices Unite is Hustlers Unite Cal. And I'll have to put the hashtag for the quilt along because I can't remember what they're calling it. Hold on, let me look it up because that bugs me that I can't remember. It's Hustle That Rainbow. Hashtag Hustle That Rainbow. Go check out both hashtags. It's amazing. Dan keeps talking. I'm trying to podcast.
Trying to not strangle you. Maybe we can do both at the same time.
Please. Hustlers Unite Cal and Hustle That Rainbow. Go look at those hashtags. So much fun. So much fun. Carrie's making the quilt as well. There's one pattern that they're doing. Y'all know I tried to quilt. Not a quilter. But I totally jumped on the bandwagon for the Vertices Unite, and because it's amazing. It's amazing. I am having just as much fun watching everyone else make it as I am knitting it. I had to make myself stop and knit on other things because it's the only thing that I want to knit on. So this is what the Vertices Unite looks like. There are 2 sizes, a small and a large. I'm making the large because, you know, I like big shawls and I cannot lie. This is the small one. I talked about it more in depth on the last episode. There is also the episode that the Fiber Hustle guys had the one and only Stephen West. I feel like I have to say that every time I say his name, right? Make a video for their video. It's just great. Anyway, let me show you all of my colors. It takes 5 colors. You can use more or less depending on whatever you want. They're all my yarn condoms. These are all knitting notions, which we'll talk about later because she sent me a little something something in the mail that I haven't opened yet. Drea sent me these as a gift, and of course knitting notions is right up my alley. She has my ticket for sure. I talked about all the yarn dyers in the last episode. They'll be linked because a lot of them you can't get. Hue Loco and Spun Right Round you can get. The other 3 you cannot get colorways. I was on section 1 the last time, and I was by the little pug progress keeper. That's where you saw it. Angie B made me this for Olive. Isn't it cute? So I did all of section 1. Then I did section 2, which is this guy right here. And then now I am on section 3. So it's getting a little blown out, but if you remember from Steven's example, These guys are going, wait, that's the wrong side. It's so interesting because wrong side, right side. These guys are going on a yarn date. These guys are the chaperones. And here is the entertainer. And I'm using my little, let me move that right now. Oh, I'll move the pug so that I know when the last time y'all saw it was. I should have been doing that this whole time. So I am almost finished with section 3 because this is like a big rectangle. See it? Now, can you see where I messed up? This is supposed to be a straight line and it is not a straight line, but it'll be fine. It's fine. No one's got to know about it but you. I am loving this knit. Loving it. And I love seeing how everyone else's colors are coming together. As far as the edge goes, because you pick up and you do an I-cord bind off around the whole thing, and some stitches are live and some stitches aren't. You have to pick them up. Well, my live stitches, I have that stitch thread by Mrs. Frost, which is Frk.Frost. I talk about her. You guys ask me all the time, so many of you in the comments. It's Frk.Frost. She sells on her Facebook page. She's across the pond in Denmark. And it's like grabby. So I don't even have that tied. It's like sticky rubber. Not sticky, but you know what I mean. Like the stitches don't slide off of it. They just hang out there. She sells on her Facebook and she's always linked down below. Now, others of you have told me, if you didn't see the last podcast, you put your needle in there and that, like, see how the middle's hollow and it's stretchy. And you transfer your live stitches onto this stitch thread. A lot of you have told me where, after I showed you that on the last podcast, you told me other places that you can get it. Like a couple of them were sold out and I can't remember the makers right now. Mrs. Frost is the first time that I ever saw this. My friend Charlotte sent it to me as a gift. So I love giving her credit for it, but you can get it other places. So if you want to support Mrs. Frost, that would be awesome. She will be linked below, but there are other makers that have that same stuff. And I think that there's other stuff that you can buy at craft stores. I can't remember what it's called. That's basically the same stuff. I mean, I think it comes like in a big spool and you can, you know, cut your own lengths or whatever, but I love it and I use it all the time. And I don't know why it took so long to come into my world, but you know how I feel about the universe. Everything happens for a reason, and I was meant to wait for it. And that, my friends, is my last whip. I know some of you guys only stick around for the makes, and that's cool. I get it. Not everyone likes to see happy mails and enabling, mainly because you don't want to spend money, which I get. And typically, I don't spend a lot of money. For some reason this time I was enabled. I've been enabled since the last time I saw you. Plus I have some happy mail. I finally got me some Knit Coffee Company Knitter's Blend. It's 100% organic and Italian roast. Back when I bought it, I read the About Me section on the website, and now I can't remember their names. I apologize. But the makers of this or producers of this are knitters. They have a little pattern on the bottom of the bag. It says deliciously caffeinated coziness. There's a little thing here. It says brew 1, knit 2, cheers. Now, y'all know I love my Bones coffee. I love flavored coffee, but I also like to have regular coffee, and this is gonna be my go-to when I want regular plain coffee. But I still love me some Bones. I actually just got it's like Fruity Pebbles. They don't call it Fruity Pebbles. There's a unicorn on it. I can't remember the name of it, but it tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
That's good.
Next, I had a pair of sock tubes cranked by the one and only Knitty Boh Fiber Co, Aquila. I talk about her all the time, a Lefty knitter. And John is the one who dyed the yarn. So Aquila has a sock machine, and you can pay her to crank tubes for you. So you can either buy yarn that John dyes, which is what this is. Isn't it cool? And you can see him dye his yarn. He always records it. So you kind of feel like you're part of it, you know, because you see him dye it. And he calls this the Dream Catcher colorway. So I had a friend do me a huge favor, and I am going to make his size 12 feet socks. So all I have to do is the heels, toes, and cuffs. And I'm using, this is the mustard color from Magpie Knits that I used in my Mosaica Goons crochet sweater. Do you remember the name of that colorway? Antique? I think it was Antique. I could be wrong. But won't that be cool? So when you get a sock tube cranked, they use waste yarn to start it. So then you just unravel this waste yarn, and then you can you can knit your heels, toes, and cuffs from there. So how I do it is I knit the cuff, and then I measure it, which I have a pattern to do that, a worksheet. It's called Chevyrell sock worksheet or something like that. I'll link it below. It's like $3. It's cheap, but I use it constantly. I'm so glad that I made it. You knit the cuff, and then you measure, you plug in your things for your size foot, right? Whoever you're knitting for, size 12. And I'll go down and figure out where to cut to do the toe. And then also on my thing, there's a place that tells you where then to put the heel for the size of the foot that you are knitting, as well as how long you want the leg. Then John, a while ago, dyed a color for the Brood-X cicadas. And when Dan saw it, Dan's like, I want those. I want a pair of socks out of that. So I told Aquila or John, I think John, I said, Dan called dibs on one of those skeins. So they sent it. And not only did they send, but here is another option that you can do in Aquila's shop. This was so awesome of her. She will do your cuff and your heel. So all I have to do on this is the toes. I will cut Dan's foot measurement. Well, I'll cut, like more than that, and then unravel it back to where it needs to go and knit the toe. And then I might be able to get a whole nother pair out of this, like a Shorty's or maybe some wristlets or something. But isn't that a cool colorway? It's this Brood-X colorway. I just love it. I love it. I love pooling. I love how it's just awesome. It's awesome. And I also can't forget, Aquila sent me a note, which I won't show you, but look, it came with a handmade card from Hazel, Little Miss Hayes, also known as Z. She made it, let me see, with chalk, like dipping the paper. It says with chalk and dipping the paper. I have a Hazel original. It'll be tucked in the stuff room somewhere to be on full display. So guys, let Little Miss Hayes know that, where's my other, oh, right here in front of me. Let Hayes know that her artwork will be adorning the stuff room. Next, oh my gosh, you guys. I wish I could add the video in. It's on TikTok. I don't know, I think they have some of their videos on YouTube. There's this company that I found first on Facebook. They do TikTok. They're biggest by far on TikTok. And the video I saw on Facebook was a bunch of their TikTok videos like put together in one. So then of course I look them up on Instagram, and a lot of their TikTok videos, I would say probably all of their TikTok videos or close to, are also on Instagram. And it is Katy and Darian, and they are married and own Right Choice Shearing, and they're a traveling shearing company, and their videos are so good. Katy is hilarious. I think Darian mostly videos and Katy mostly shears, but Darian does as well. I was addicted. I'm pretty sure I've watched every single one of their videos. So in one of the videos, Katy is shearing a sheep named Layla, and she is a luster long wool. Her fiber just looked so pretty, and she was a chonk because she didn't have babies, so she was a little thick.
Yo, this is Layla. She's a hot sheep ready for a summer dew. We begin by removing her belly wool, and she gives a little wiggle just to get a little more comfortable. Toss that out because it's not as good as the rest of the wool, and continue through the crutch and into the first hip. Layla is a luster long wool and is really good at producing high quality fiber. So good that she does that instead of making babies. Besides the lovely length of these locks, you can see the beautiful crimp in each little piece. The crimp is the waviness, and that's an indication of how soft the wool is. Luster long wools are an endangered breed, meaning there are very few of them in the US. Not only do these guys have beautiful fiber, but they have an amazing luster, and you really can see that in the shine to their skin. It's not just the lanolin that gives the skin this sheen, but the actual texture of the wool. This will even translate into its yarn. Her owner will clean this up, have it spun into yarn, and sell it to the public. Now Layla is good to go for the summer heat.
And I had to have some of it. So I immediately, while I was binge watching all of these videos, I immediately went and bought some of Layla. And that's the Fuzzy Hue Farm. And I forget where they are now. They'll be linked. Oh, Texas. They're in Texas. I mean, I just had to have her. I loved her so much. I will be spinning that at some point. I've wanted to get back on my wheel. I feel like I've been loving all the stuff I've been knitting on for so long that spinning gets pushed onto the back burner. Go check out Right Choice Shearing as well as Fuzzy Hue Farms. Then I had in my head, I don't know how this started. You guys, for some reason, whenever I saw things, I just bought them. It's so bad. I got the PomPom Embody issue. This is Jackie Cieslak. Is that how you say it? Jacqueline Cieslak. Jacqueline Cieslak. She has knitting and sewing patterns. I got this mainly for the sewing patterns, but I will link her as well. I love her style. I love her wardrobe. I love her color choices. I just love it. I love it. That's one of her outfits. Look how cute. So this little crop top knitting and this dress. So I bought it for this sewing pattern. And I have it all cut out and ready to go. I just need to buy fabric for it. Here's the dress. It's called Wool Folk. Isn't it cool? I just love it. I just love it. I just need it's going to be so airy. And then I also have the pattern cut out for this little top, a little crop top. There's a bunch of things you can do with it, but that same pattern you can make into a tunic. And I want the tunic as well. I have the pattern cut out for it. You can do so many things with the pattern. So you can do no sleeves, short sleeves. You can do a belt, no belt, pockets, no pockets. There's just so much you can do with it. Here's a long sleeve version. I'm just really, really excited. Oh, here we go. Here's all your options. Isn't that cool? So I want the tunic and I want the crop. And I'm gonna do this one, I think, the tank top with pockets. Anywho, that was one of my purchases. I just need time to do it. That's my main thing because summer is so flippin' busy. Here's another little thing, learn from my mistakes because, So those of you who are sewers probably know this already. And I'm wondering how many patterns I purchased that this was an option on and it didn't say that anywhere, which sort of irritates me. But when you buy a sewing pattern, I hope I can, I can't believe I wouldn't be able to show this to you. But when you buy a sewing pattern, for those of you who are not sewers, this is every single size. So then you follow these lines. Of course, it's like way big, right? So you follow these lines and you cut out your size. When you buy this, you get the PDF. You get 2 different files. You can either send a big file to a print shop and get it printed on one big piece of paper, or you can print it on 8 by 11 and a half, or is that what it is? Whatever. What? 8.5 by 11, and tape them all together and cut them out from there, which is usually what I do. Well, the thing that I learned is that you can go in to layers on a PDF and turn off everything but your size. So then you don't have to cut around, because you see how some of these, there are probably so many of you out there going, oh shit. Because I was like, are you serious right now? How many patterns have I done this with? But see, like a lot of the lines run together and you're just, So if you ever buy a PDF pattern, know that not all of them tell you that's an option, and you can go in and turn off everything but your size. So thank you, PomPom Magazine and Jacqueline Cieslak, for telling me that can be done. This has been out for a while. It's called a capsule collection to knit and sew. It doesn't say when it came out. It just says published in 2021, but it came out some months ago and I've wanted it ever since I saw it. So I just bit the bullet, because you can buy just the pattern, I think. You don't have to get the magazine, but it's so pretty that I wanted the print, and it feels, they're just super nice. They're just super nice. It has that like suede-y, velvety feel. I don't even know. It's just super cool to have in my collection. The next thing I bought. So you guys know Andy the Knitress. I love her podcast. She works in a yarn shop. She's one of my West Coast peeps. If she lived here, we would be BFFs. Her husband started dyeing yarn. He is dyeing under Shearing Colors Dye Work. They are in Roseburg, Oregon. And I saw this, I think it's Umpqua, but I saw it and fell in love with it. There's his tag, Shearing Colors Dye Works. Okay, Andy's the one who made me the dish towels. Remember, she made me those really cool dish towels because she weaves too. Plus, she just got a sock machine. I'm so jealous. Her and Aquila both now have a sock machine, and I don't have one. As does Shaylee, Hens and Chicks. All the cool kids have sock machines. But I just fell in love with this, so I had to buy it. Then, because she's amazing, and because she works in a yarn shop, and because she saw the episode where Ditto ate my furl hook, she sent me a replacement. And it's in this super cool opal looking, which does it have a colorway? Swirl Cream. And it's an H hook. Now I have, I think they call this the Odyssey. And these are heavy. These are like heavier. And then I have this, which I can't remember what they're called. Streamline, is that the name? Streamline Swirl. I don't know if that's what they call that. And then I have the wood. Now I have 4 furls. Look at me being all bougie. For those of you who don't know, furl hooks, I think, are sort of like the Lamborghini of crochet hooks, which is why I was so irritated when Ditto ate mine. Then she sent me, this was left over from one of her weavings, and it has a little martini, which I was going to do a dirty martini. Actually, that's a margarita. That's not a martini. That's total. Oh, look, and I didn't see that on there. That's awesome. I was going to do a dirty martini today, but I don't have any ice. And you know, these are my favorite clasps. It's perfect for a little tarot cloth. That's what I'm going to use it for. A little travel tarot cloth. So thanks, Andy. You're awesome. And of course, his stuff will be linked below. Well, her podcast and his Etsy shop for yarn. What do you think you hear? Nothing, nobody's out there. Did you hear me talking about you? My last enabling. I told you, you guys, I'm such a pig. Plus I have those little scissors coming. I am on the email list. I am on the email list for Woolfiend. I have not ever purchased from them, but I love their fiber and I love their emails because I like pretty pictures and they're not annoying. They send you just enough like emails that you enjoy opening them and you get to see pretty fiber. And I did it. Isn't it cool? Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Ugh. This is 18.5 micron merino, 4 ounces in the Before Dawn colorway. So I am going to be wanting to get my spin on, people. That's it for my enabling, which I know that was a lot, right? That was a lot. Like, how can I go so long without buying anything and then I like buy all the things? And do you remember my Labyrinth tarot card deck that's coming in July? Well, I looked today because I was like, I wonder when it's coming in July. Now it's not going to be released until August 31st. That's okay. I love surprises and I love looking forward to things. So I like it. And I'm not hurting for any newness, right? Speaking of newness, I have these Happy Mails. I've cut them open so that I can get to getting. The first one is from Rose Likes Crochet. She makes great stitch markers because they all have those clasps like I like. I love them. Oh my gosh. And you can wear them as earrings. I mean, I have gauges, but I can wear them up here. If you have earrings, you can wear them as earrings and they're stitch markers. Does she know me or what? Roller skates. And it's not Pride Month anymore. June is Pride Month, but you know, I am so about pride. I guess I should have opened these when I got them because I've had them for a little bit. I probably had them in June. Perfect for pride and roller skates. I also did not show you, hold on, let me show you. I haven't shown you this. Ditto got me something for Mother's Day. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them or not. There we go, can you see it? He got me light up with, yeah, you can't see him that way. You gotta see him that way. He got me light up wheels for my skates. So I'm just gonna have to wear these when I'm skating. Chevy, I saw these and knew I had to send them to you, Rose. Oh, thank you, Rose. She also has a YouTube. She has a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Etsy. So go check that out. You can't have these, they're mine. Okay, my next thing is from Leah. Dude, for real. These are these just like it? They are. This is the stitch thread. This is just like the stitch thread. She sent me clear and black and a bunch of it. So then I was right. They sell it in a whole big thing and you can cut them. Okay, so I am going to, since I have some, I am going to cut these and send them in prizes. So there's kind of, even on the back, they show that that's how they're supposed to connect. It's called pony lacing, pony bead lacing, maybe pony bead lacing. Perfect for stringing beads. I'm a tube. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me read the letter. How about I read oh, and it has one of those things, the wax. It looks like Lilies of the Valley. I think that's Lilies of the Valley. Oh yeah, it says, please give them away to your viewers in whatever fashion you would like. I love your podcast. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I think it's Leah. So let's just do one real quick. Let's just do a sneaky little giveaway to those of you who are still here. What do you say? I'll go ahead and give away 4. I'll give away to 4 different people. I'll make cords up for 4 different people. Go ahead. Let's see. What can we say that for the people who aren't here that don't know about the giveaway, they'll read it in the comments and be like, what? These people are weird. Tell me your favorite dessert, because I love dessert. Tell me your favorite dessert, and then I'll pick 4 on the next episode and send you some stitch thread. Okay? How fun! Thank you so much. Okay, here's the last one, and this is from Knitting Notions, which I said she sent me goodies, and I hadn't opened it yet. Oh my gosh! Hold on, let me show you the originals that I have for those of you who haven't seen them before. So this one says fuckity fuck fuck, and this one says badass finger ninja, which I think is hilarious. I am a finger ninja. And this one says holy shit balls. She sent me 2 more. Halloween. Trick or treat, bitches. Love it, love it. There's her oh wait, there we go. In a world full of princesses, be a witch. I mean, yes. And you know Halloween is my favorite. So I won't just do these for Halloween. I'm gonna do them for all the things, right? Here's kitties, black kitties. And here's one in her, is this a giveaway maybe? Is this a giveaway? Let's see what she says. Here's her card, Knitting Notions. She will be linked. Ovs. Oh, I forgot. She sent me this and I forgot to open it. Okay, so she didn't say, but we'll do this one as a giveaway. How's that? Because, we'll do 2 of them. I'll do the kitties and this one. I'll keep the snarky ones. If you want snarky ones, you go get yourself some snarky ones. But we'll do these. I'll put these in the giveaway thing. And I will save them for closer to Halloween. How's that? Plus, she gave us a coupon code. You guys, that's 2 coupon codes. So for 10% off over at Knitting Notions, it is Chevy10. And she said she always has free shipping on $35 and over. So she also sent this. And in her thing, she said, I sent silicone stitch markers. Everyone seems to love them. I mean, you guys, we have fun, cute stitch markers, right? We all have those fun, cute stitch markers. Someone was just saying it. Oh, gosh. Oh, that drives me. Jeanette. And now I can't think of the name of her podcast. Oh, Jeanette was just saying she bought a bunch of just like the plain little rings. And she was saying we have all these like cool stitch markers, right? But sometimes you just want some easy peasy rings. And I was like, girl, I could not agree with you more. Hold on. Is it something about wine? Knit 1, sip 2. I thought it had something to do with a drink. Knit 1, sip 2. I'm sorry. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. You should go watch them too. Knit 1, sip 2. I love these and will always use them. And I had one of these cool little tins that ditto ate. And now I have a replacement for it. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for everything. Because, I just love all y'all. Okay, real quick, miscellaneous, if y'all are still here, or for whoever is still here. Summers are super swamped busy. We haven't moved any further ahead on the kitchen. Next up, I have some vacation days planned to just work on the garage, to move the kitchen out to the garage and get that floor done. I think I talked about that the last time. Dan's training schedule, I think I said earlier, he has a triathlon on Sunday. We're going to be doing that. And then Monday to Thursday, Clint and I are doing our Clinty Chevy trip, which we take a best friend's trip. If you're new here, Clint's my best friend. And we take a Clinty Chevy trip every year, a bestie trip. And this year we are camping, and Dan, because he is freaking amazing, is pulling the camper up to the campground for us and is just gonna set it all up for us and get us all ready to go. And then he's gonna leave, and from Monday to Thursday, Clint and I are going to be left up to our own devices. There's going to be tequila involved. We are going to go for a long bike ride and do a picnic, and there's swimming, and it's my favorite campsite because it has trees for the hammock, and I just can't even begin to tell you how excited I am. The other thing that's happening after that, so we have Dan's Try, then we have my camping trip, then we have a family reunion, and then after that, we're gonna work on the garage, and then after that, like kind of in order of events, I get to meet Aaron from Fiber Hustle, because even though he's one of my West Coast peeps, he was born a Buckeye and is coming home to do Buckeye things with his Buckeye family and is going to come hang with me for a day. So yeah, I'm really excited. So I hope you guys are having a fun summer. I really hope that none of you had a summer cold like I did, because let me tell you, it totally sucked, and it still sucks for Dan. I feel really bad. But I hope that you guys are enjoying your summer and that you're getting lots of family time and sort of making up for us, you know, being not social for a year. I do know that some of you across the pond and things, like not everyone is totally open. We pretty much are here. If you are vaccinated, we're doing all the things. We're doing all the things. America! I think that's why I had a summer cold, because I wasn't around people, and now we're around people. Or, well, Cole. I'm around Cole. The little snot-nosed cutie. I'm just rambling at this point. I have a mess here in front of me. Oh, I can show you this. Not that you guys probably care, but I did get this for something new. It's a backpack, but it's a cooler. It fits 30 beers. I'm not putting 30 beers in it. It's for Clint and I's picnic. I mean, there will be drinks in it, just not 30 beers. It's something else I purchased. Why am I buying all the things? I'm just rambling. I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you are having a wonderful time. As always, if you are still here and not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Just teasing. Like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Say bye to me and Brenda. And until we meet again, later.